What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nunu from New Stitch Media, and we are here at AfriCon, one of the country's biggest celebrations of the global Black diaspora that brings together leaders from entertainment, innovation, business, education, activism, and more for a private, invite-only Afro Ball Gala. Okay, so you know I'm coming with all the tea. Now, this event is a part of the second annual AfriCon presented by Amplify Africa, and this evening aims to uplift, acknowledge, and celebrate the diversity of the African continent and dysphoria. During the exclusive gala, there will be performances, a silent auction, a pitch competition, keynote speeches, and certificate of recognition by the U.S. Congress issued to honorees who have exhibited distinction in categories such as business, entertainment, fashion, healthcare, and more. So stay tuned for the tea. You do not want to miss it. Well, thank you, Princess, for stopping with us tonight.
Yes.
What I wanted to ask about is, this is all about Black culture and bringing community together. So how important is that to you as a princess, as royalty?
It's all about how do we work together and become one? How do we bridge the gap that sometimes happens between African Americans and Africans and come together as one, traveling to the continent, possibly if that's possible, and just like working together. I think it's really important and very powerful.
I agree. I've never been to Africa, but I plan to go one day. But if you could give us one piece of advice about how we can, as African Americans, connect with our real roots in African culture, what could we do to really learn about that and tap into it? Like,
I think the most important thing to do is, study up on the different countries. Do your DNA test, do Ancestry if people want to, and just learn more about the history in the country where you're from, or maybe where you're not from. Just learn about the different countries on the continent, because it's so special. I'm still learning. Like, we're constantly still learning.
I thank you for inviting me to this event tonight. And for me, with everything that's going on in the world, as far as the killing of Black people, the school shootings and everything, and with activism and community being in your blood, what do you think that we can do as normal citizens to really try to uproot change in what's going on?
You know, I think we just need to not turn a blind eye to the things we see around.
Next African proverb I need you to repeat is see with your heart. You need to sit in the seat of inquiry a little bit longer than comfortable. There are members of our diasporic family that have a different trauma, that have a different journey, that have been told different lies. And you may not understand why, but you need to listen with the heart of the spirit of where we all originated, not where we ended up, and have the appropriate amount of mitigated patience for how long it may take others to see the greatness that already exists within them, versus judge because they didn't know it when you saw it. The last of the African proverbs I want you to repeat is walk with your spirit. And what I mean by that is honor your truth. Not the truth that you've been told, not the truth that's been told to you, not the truth you see, but the truth that is you. Don't generalize, don't stereotype, don't act like what I'm supposed to do as a kid is the same thing you're supposed to do as a Nigerian. Just do what you're supposed to do. Because your spirit will lead you to the purpose that you were born to fulfill. And the worst thing that can happen is that purpose goes unfulfilled because you didn't fulfill it and the world goes without. That's one less person who reaches their milestone. But we don't have time for anybody not to reach their milestone. And so if that's what our culture already has within us to drive what we need to do in the diaspora, then the climate we're doing in is what's true right now, right? It's the weather. It's the atmosphere that we have to do it in right now. And so to be able to make it through that, there's 4 things that are true about us culturally that work in this climate. The first of those is our intellect. There's nothing we're unable to build. If the diaspora would not have happened, that continent would have been independent. Argue with me about that if you want to. our intuition. There's nothing we don't understand. There's nothing we don't understand. We have intention. There's nothing that isn't connected to who we are and our personal purpose and our heritage. And integrity. We can agree on the destination and negotiate the path to get there. There are many rights that exist in the way we choose to do our work to connect the diaspora, but let us not lose time judging whether the one next to us is worthy of our time. So as I close and take the time to just be with family, I offer you a couple of things to think about as we do this work together. And I honor African for continuing to put energy behind it. The first of those is this: the urgency is now, not later. The need is urgent, not optional. The impact is wide, not shallow. The consequence of not doing is fatal, not planned. Physiologically and psychologically, we are in contact with each other. And we have to reconnect our diaspora community, create the advancements necessary in capacity, commerce, and community to do what Rich and I are committed to do with essence, and we stand empowered with you to do, which is one really simple thing: return blackness to greatness through the deep connections of our diaspora. Thank you. What we do in trouble, baby, just find what we do. What we do in trouble, baby, just not wrong. What we want to do, that's all we got for you. It's a world of you. It's a world, it's a world. What's all we got for you? It's a world of you. It's a world, it's a world.
Take your time, boy. See what you got for me. I got words for you. See what